Hey guys, Farthing Wood forever here. Right, now, as you might have noticed, my picture on my YouTube channel is a group of animals in like wood. I'm actually going to explain the origin on that, and also this is a review of that particular animated series. So yeah, it's called The Animals of Farthing Wood. It's where I got the idea for my YouTube name, and it is actually a childhood TV series for me. It's like my absolute favourite one. The basic story is, it starts off, there's humans cutting down trees actually in a place called Farthing Wood. And the reason they're cutting down the trees and everything is to build houses. And you actually see in the first episode how this is affecting the animals, and the animals all talk. It's pretty cool. And their names are actually what they are. So you've got fox, badger, owl, kestrel, toad, adder, weasel, who's actually the most annoying character in the show. Like the comic relief, but still annoying at the same time. Mole, who is like Badger's best friend. Those two are like best friends. And for anyone who hasn't seen it, all the episodes are actually on YouTube. There's 3 seasons, 13 episodes each. The first season deals with the journey from Farthing Wood to a place that Toad came across on his travels called White Deer Park, and they spend the whole season travelling to this place, which is a nature reserve run by humans. And it's interesting that in the first season, along the way, the enemy is actually humans. There's a couple of dogs in there as well, and a cat that they come across. Like in the second episode. Some other characters I forgot to mention. There's the newts, field mice, voles, shrews, 2 hedgehogs, and yeah, in the first series, there's actually a pretty dark image of a shrike, which is a bird. And what these birds actually do, they take mice and they impale them on thorns. And that is an image you do not forget once you've seen it. I remember watching this when I was younger, every Sunday on, back in the day when Smile was still going on CBBC, and it was on at around 7:30 every morning, and it was definitely worth getting up for at the time. And the story is just brilliant. Like I said, the first series is the journey to White Deer Park. Second series is they're actually living there. At this point, they've made it that far, and they've actually got to deal with a group of blue foxes. sorry. Yeah, there's this group of blue foxes, and the alpha male and female, I guess. I guess it's alpha male and female in a group of foxes. I guess it's like a similar pecking order to wolves, maybe, or something like that. But anyone who knows about this, please correct me if I'm wrong. But so you've got Scarface, Lady Blue, and eventually there's some offspring on both sides for Fox and Vixen, who he meets in the first series. They have 4 cubs themselves. There's Bold, who's actually my favourite character in the series. And then you've got Friendly. He's not like his name suggests at all. I don't really like Friendly that much, to be honest. But anyone who's seen it will know exactly why. And then you've got Charmer and Dreamer. Dreamer, as the name suggests, she daydreams a lot and, goes into her own little world. And Charmer is actually more like the Juliet of the Animals of Farthing Wood. And the reason I say this is because she falls in love with eventually Scarface's son, Ranger, and it's like a Romeo and Juliet kind of love story with those two in the second season. That's pretty cool. Then you've got season 3. Now, for me, season 3 is actually, if I had to say out of the 3, if I had to put them in order, I'd probably go 2, 3, 1. But it doesn't mean 1 is terrible. It's just, there's moments in season 1 that I like, but there's moments in 2 and 3 that I like even more than in season 1 at points. But yeah, season 3, there's this group of rats who actually invade the park and try to take it over. And there's a white rat called Bully, and he's the leader of these rats. And it's quite funny actually, because I don't know whether he's got amnesia or it's a loyalty thing with all the other rats to keep them loyal to him. But his catchphrase is "ooh, and they go bully, bully, bully." So it's like they really, admire him in some way, because he's a leader and he knows what he's doing. Out of Scarface and Bully, I think Scarface was the better villain. He was so much more evil, but Bully, he's up there with Scarface, definitely. But I think if it came to like a fight between the two, I think Scarface and the Blue Foxes would probably win in the end, because if they'd still been around in the third season, they probably would have just owned the rats to start with anyway, because there was a fair few of them, but I don't think it was enough to start with to make it a huge threat. But by the end of the series, there was loads of rats, and I mean loads. They were everywhere in the park, and even the warden of the park couldn't actually get rid of them. It came down to the animals actually fighting them in the end, with some help from the white deer in the park, like the I don't know what the name. Can't remember the name for a group of deer off the top of my head. But yeah, and the series ends. It leaves it kind of open, really, for a follow up, because you don't really know what happens after that. At this point, Fox is fairly old. You can definitely tell that at the start of season 3 he's aged a bit between season 2 and 3. His voice has gotten deeper, he's tired. He looks like he's very worn out. There isn't like an age really for the animals given in the series. You just have to assume like they're this old, at the time when you see them. But yeah, like I say, it's an amazing series, and if you ever get the chance, honestly do check it out, because it's so good. And me and a friend of mine are actually watching it through like the whole way at the moment, and we've just started season 2, and I just asked him the other day, have you ever seen it? And he said to me, yeah, I remember it, but not like what actually happens and everything. So we started watching it, and it's just brought back the memory of it for him, which is pretty cool. So yeah, Animals of Farthing Wood, give it 10 out of 10 every time. Definitely recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it. You won't regret watching it. It will make you cry at some points, and it's a 90s children's TV show, and the fact that it actually makes you cry at some points is really, it's just written in that way that, it really gets to you emotionally, and you can actually, you feel what they're actually going through at the same time. And I've known like a fair few TV series that actually do that. Like from the 90s, like Pokemon, a couple of times. The Queen's Nose, Demon Head Master, I suppose. They're another two I'd recommend. Queen's Nose and Demon Head Master. They are brilliant. you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably remember them. They're also all on YouTube, which is pretty cool. It's like anything that you remember from your childhood and you want to watch it again, just come on YouTube and just tap it in the search bar and you find it. But yeah, I'm going to leave this one here and just say again, definitely check out the Animals of Farthing Wood. It's a great series. I honestly can't say any more than that. On how good it is. If you get the time, again, check it out for yourself and, keep watching it when you can, and you'll see exactly what I mean when I say how good a series it is. I'm going to leave this one here, and I will catch you all later. Rock on, peeps. Stay safe.